So the first thing that I'm going to do is put back my hair, and yes, my hair is much darker than it used to be. I was blonde for like over a year, and now this is more close to my original hair color, so I'm just putting it up in a nice little ponytail there. Not sure what's going on there, but so I'm going to start with primer, but I think I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. So now that you are up close and personal, I'm going to go in with my primer, and I'm using the NYX Honey Do Me Up, which has like gold flecks and honey. It's very fancy for drugstore, and I love the way it smells. So you just kind of like, it's like a little spatula type thing. And I'm the only one who uses it, so I just put it directly on my face. And it gets kind of stringy because of the honey, I think. But it doesn't really bother me. And then since this doesn't really cover pores, I also like to go on with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer in the smoothing primer, and I just put this on the areas where I have large pores. Just using my fingers for this. So now that I just spent all that time priming, I changed my mind and I think I want to do my eyes first, just so I can kind of clean up easily. So I'm going to go in and prime my eyes with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Light. I always just use my concealer. I have an eyeshadow primer, but I just feel like concealer is so much easier, so I just put that on and then pat it in with my fingers. Then to set my eyes, I'm going in with the Morphe 35O palette, which is what I'll be using today. And I'm just going to go in with this second shade right here, just to just to set that primer, kind of. So to start blending out my crease, I'm going to take a mixture of these two colors, this one and this one, and I'm just going to put that in my crease with a large fluffy brush. And just really take your time to blend these crease colors in if you're going for a smoky eye, obviously. Then I'm going to go in with this color right here. It's very reddish brown, and I'm going to mix it with this one over here. And I'm just going to do the same thing, just putting that lightly in my crease. And I am taking this all the way into my inner corner there. Same fluffy brush. Next, I'm going in with this brown right here, another reddish brown, but this time I'm going in with a more precise blending brush. This is the e.l.f. blending brush, that's what it says. But I'm just going to put this more precisely in that crease. So I kind of pack it in there first, and then start to blend it. And again, I'm going all the way to that inner corner. And don't go in with too much product to start with, because you can always add more. But sometimes I get kind of carried away and I'll add too much to begin with, and then it gets to be a pain and it doesn't look as neat. Now before I go any darker in the crease, I do want to kind of just lightly transition it up to my brow. So I'm going to take this like orangey camel shade right here, and the first fluffy brush that I was using, and like super lightly, like boop, that's it. I'm going to put that above my crease. And this color is super pigmented. That's why you literally only need like that much. So as you can see, adding that color just made the whole look warmer and more orange. You can skip that step if this isn't for you, but for the holidays I kind of like a warm smoky eye, you know, that kind of thing. So that's why I add that orangey camel color. So now we're going to start going deeper in the crease. So I'm going to take this shadow right here, mostly, And then I'm just gonna boop it right in the one next to it, this one right here. And I'm going to start very lightly kind of carving out that crease just like I was doing before. This is an even more precise brush. This is the e.l.f. contour brush. So I just kind of pack it into that outer corner and then start gently blending it in. And then I'm just gonna blend it out with the second brush that I used, no additional product on it. Then I'm gonna go back in with those same two dark brown shades and just kind of deepen up that crease even more. You can stop wherever you want, but I'm gonna go a little more, a little deeper here. For my actual lid, I'm gonna do kind of a gradient from lighter to darker. So I'm going to start actually with the darker color, I think. So I'm gonna pick this one right here, second from the bottom. It's kind of a red, slightly shimmery color, not foiled, but there are like flecks of glitter in it. So I'm going to take that on a flat brush and keep it, don't go too far in because we're gonna put a lighter shade there. So keep it kind of like outer 2/3. And I just pat it on. So now I'm going to go in with a lighter shade towards the center of my face. So I'm going to take this shade right here, which is kind of a lighter foiled pinky type shade. And I'm going to pack that into the center of my face, like the front of my eye here, and kind of just blend it with that redder color that I already put down. And then I'm just going to take like a little blending brush and just kind of blend that transition there. And I am going to do a line of eyeliner. I'm not going to do a wing or anything like that, but just to kind of thicken up my lashes. So I'm using the Maybelline Master Precise. It's like a felt tip like that. And I'm just going to do a thin line right above my lashes. So for my face makeup, I've been doing kind of a different foundation routine, but I wasn't loving it. So I've actually gone back to my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundations, and they're amazing. I don't know why I ever left them. So I use 102 and then I mix in just a dot of 103. So I do that like on the back of my hand. So that's the 102. And now I'm just going to mix them right on the back of my hand and dot this all over my face. So I like to use a damp Real Technique sponge, and I know it looks really dirty, but it's just stained. I literally just washed it. This is the first time I'm using it since I washed it, but I just like the consistency of this one. So my foundation's already on, and I'm just going to pounce it in. So next I'm going to go in with concealer, and it's the same one I used on my eyes, the Maybelline Fit Me in Light. And I'm just going to put this right underneath my eyes. And I have a new bottle. This one's like basically empty, but I'm just trying to use it up. This is my favorite concealer. I'm also going to take this Maybelline Dream Lumi Highlighting Concealer, and I'm going to put this kind of where I want light on my face. So I kind of put it underneath this concealer that I already have, down the center of my nose, up on my forehead, cupid's bow, sides of my nose, and my chin. And this dries fast, so you're going to want to get right in there with a damp sponge. So to set my under eyes and the rest of my face, I'm going to use my RCMA No Color Powder. And I just truly do not like this packaging. I spill powder everywhere whenever I use it, and there's like no good way that I can figure out how to do it. So underneath my eyes, I'm just going to use this little brush, pick up some powder, and set those under eyes. Lightly dust the rest of my face. Very messy. So next I'm going to do my brows, and I use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Taupe. So I just kind of brush through my eyebrows. Yes, this is an old mascara wand. It works great, thanks for asking. And then I just use a little angled brush to fill in my brows. So there are my brows all filled in. And I think I'm going to finish up my face before I finish up my eyes. So I'm going to go in with some bronzer. I'm going to use my little Hoola Benefit bronzer. It's just so cute. Look at it. It's a little mini guy. And I'm going to bronze up slash kind of contour. I gotta get that double chin. Then for blush, I think I'll use this Wet n Wild Color Icon in Mellow Wine. I'm pretty much obsessed with this blush, I mean. I use it pretty much every single day, but only like a very light layer. Like so. And to highlight, I'm going to take the Makeup Geek and Kathleen Lights highlighting palette, and I'm going to go in with the first like gold shade here. And I'm really not going to highlight too much. I don't like to be too highlighty in the winter, but just a little bit. So now, going back to our eyes, I'm pretty much going to use the same colors that I used up here. I'm like losing what I'm saying. So I'm first going to take this brown shade right here, one of the darker ones, and a stiff flat brush, and I'm just going to put this right at my lash line. Then I'm going to take this reddish brown shade that we used over here and start to blend that out. And then I'm going to take that orangey camel shade right up there, and I'm going to blend that kind of underneath the brown. And then I'm going to take this first color in the palette and use that to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. So now we basically just need some mascara and some very sad news. I broke my eyelash curler the last time I was cleaning it, and I have not gotten a new one, so we're just gonna roll without curling our lashes. So I'm gonna use my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, and it feels so unnatural for me to not curl my lashes first, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So I was just about to finish up this tutorial. All I needed to do was lips, and of course my card was full because isn't that just the way it goes? But now I emptied it and I'm back to finish up this tutorial like half an hour later, so whatever. I'm going to be using the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in Soft Spoken. I am obsessed obsessed. I use it pretty much every single day for any type of makeup look, so I'll be using it today. So this is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Make sure you subscribe and like this video and check out all my others, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!